Folks, it's your boy Roar. We're here with more Ellie Minibot. A lot of you guys really liked the last song that I reacted to, and a bunch of you suggested Don't Look Down and Bugs. So we're doing that double feature here. Truly, like, I'm so amazed at how not only there's so many people that are uniquely uh, talented in the VTuber space. Like Ellie has done uh, like computer circuitry and is an incredible vocalist. And I guess she took part in designing a game based on her last song that we checked out. Just really, really talented person. But someone was telling me in the comments from the last video that we reacted to from her that she just is herself, right? And that's such a beautiful place to be if you're any sort of content creator, to just truly be yourself in every capacity, um, and just share all that. Don't keep yourself hidden, only giving people a certain type of content that you think you want them to see. We want to know you. That's what we love. Yes, we like the model, we like the lore, we like all that stuff. And depending on how well you can intermesh the two, that's cool. But I mean, I think for all of us who are adults, we like you for you. And whatever you show us just ingratiates us more to everything that you're doing. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into Don't Look Down.
You were still a kid when the hurricane came, the crumpled up sky and the hollering rain. The brook turned black in the screeching wind, swelled like she pulled the whole world in. And
Wow.
we'd seen the creek before, shining pretty in the summer. Now she boils and crashes, full of dark poison water.
Wow.
And like a taunt, she dares you to reach inside yourself for the hungry thing that scares you.
Oh, okay. I know we're getting into a chorus here, or at least a second verse, but what are we going on about with this? I really like the imagery. Very caustic, very like things are not right in the world, crumpled sky. Like, dude, if I looked up at the sky and it looks like God just took his hand and went, I'd be like, whoa, what's happening? But then all the other analogies of her having an effect on the world around you, poisoned water, the water around you is black, things are crumpled and broken. That's crazy. So having an effect on the world's one thing, and then she somehow calls you to find that hungry thing inside that scares you. I wonder, maybe I'm wrong with this, always ready to be wrong. I wonder if this is almost a manic pixie dream girl kind of thing, just turned up to 11, where this person is so caustic to the world around you, they're calling you to become more aware of yourself. What is that thing inside that scares you that you don't want to be honest about? Ooh, if that's what that is a question most people don't want to ever answer. And I'll just say it this way. I am in a few men's groups at my church. There are some guys far older than me that have yet to learn some of the lessons that I've been working on myself. Yes, I'm in my 30s, so depending on some of you online, I'm older than dirt anyway, so the analogy falls apart. But the point is, there's a lot of ways that we as people can really just shut away parts of ourselves that we don't feel like people would like. And it might be a hunger. It might be something that we might feel needs to viscerally be acknowledged. But maybe we've been pushed away too much. Maybe we've had things handed to us in life that teaches us that those things have no place in our life. And it's about being the way that, is safest, quote unquote.
Oh, God, get back and don't look down. You really there's a hunger that's devouring the town. Bring everything she treasures deep inside of herself till it burns. Oh, God, get back and don't look down.
Ooh, so, okay, that's some drop, or not drop D, but drop register guitar right there. Wow, we got a breakdown coming up. So then it's talking about herself. Pulling in everything that she has until it drowns. Get back and don't look down. Get back from trying to hoard your treasures, I guess, and don't look down. Don't, either it's like don't look down because you're on the incline, or don't look down at your feet. Don't like sort of excuse yourself from engaging in the world around you because of your fears.
Oh God, get it back and don't hold it down.
Dude. We got freaking metalcore here.
10 years along, you've been gracious, you've been driven, you've been whittling away at the body you were given, staying quieter than silent and hungrier than sin, chewing up your lips to keep all your poison.
Yo, staying quieter than silence and hungrier than sin. So you've I think that goes back to that hungry part inside of you that scares you. You're just trying to hold yourself up and go, I don't feel these things. I don't feel it. I don't want it. I'm going to stay safe. I'll tell you this much. While the relationship didn't go where I would have hoped it would have gone, which ended up being a good thing, but at the time I didn't see it. There was a relationship that I just got out of. We were going for about 6 months. And it was at least a place where, to some degree, at least early on, I actually felt safe just being myself with my wants and feelings that I had for her. And like, it was literally something that for probably close to a decade beforehand, close to a decade, probably 8-9 years, I never even allowed myself to acknowledge, because I kept this feeling in my head, long story short, convoluted thing related to what the world says about relationships and what I thought the church said about relationships. I figured there's no place for me to be honest. Relationships are a contract. They're not a feeling of pouring your feelings and your wants into this other person. It's literally, you have to play a role. You have to be supportive, of course, but there's no emotion in it. Or the emotion that you feel is almost like the feelings of a job well done at the end of a day. You were a good man. You were a good supporter. You were a good provider. That's what you should want. Everything else is bad. And no one's going to like it. Everyone's going to be afraid of you. You having wants is a bad thing. That's literally what I thought. So that idea of quieter than silence and hungrier than sin, chewing up your lips to keep all your poison in. Maybe this could be in an instance where your honest feelings might not be so great to share with everybody. And there is a way to learn how to differentiate that and healthily figure out how to repurpose some of those thoughts and feelings, recategorize it in a way that's healthier. But then there's also a point where you do just have to be honest. And I think especially if you actually are in a relationship, whether it's romantic or not, that is very open and real, you should be able to just say whatever it is that you're feeling and have some safety for that. You know what I mean? Anyway.
You're sick to death of fighting with the thing you saw the day the creek rose up and you watched the sky fall. You've been smiling like the sunshine just as long as you remember, but there are clouds on the horizon and they're rising with your temper.
Ooh, so there we go. You've been smiling. You've just been used to this sort of facade, but there's clouds coming. There are situations that are going to push you to have to become honest. You're not going to always have this happy little facade that you can upkeep, because life is going to challenge that. It's going to push that. Are you going to be able to be open and honest when life really pushes you to be so? A lot of us don't know how to do that.
Oh God, get back and don't look down. Do you root for the river instead of the town?
Ooh, do you root for the river instead of the town? So we were talking about the river kind of drowning out things. It's rising, and that part of you, it's like the water's inside, right? And that river rises the more you keep yourself closed off, right? Do you root for the river instead of the town? So I think that town part is related to the people that you're affecting by closing yourself off. Almost like you're rising this river and the dam's going to burst and it's going to flood the town. You're going to affect other people by being closed off. If I'm reading this correctly, do you root for the river instead of the town? You root for your own self-preservation instead of how you doing that actually hurts other people. Who'd have thought? Because As much as people act like you need to be this perfect person in a relationship, everyone around you in real life, especially, it's always people on the internet that act like you're not supposed to be real. I don't know why. It's those people that in real life acknowledge and understand when you're not being real. And that hurts. That actually hurts the relationship that you have. And this is coming from someone who genuinely thought that it would be better at the end of the day if I was just a robot that felt nothing but did everything the way he was supposed to. Because then if I feel no emotion, then the only way that people can judge me is on my actions. And then if I make it a point to act the way that everyone wants me to, then no one will ever have a problem with me ever. I'll never do anything wrong. I'll never be a problem. Everything about me will be good. But as someone told me a while ago, we lost you when that happened. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not on medication for things like ADHD and what have you, things I normally don't like about myself. So the fact that that analogy is, explained here, I think is very, very beautiful. It shows a lot of that reality. If I'm reading this correctly. I don't know. I'm just rambling here.
Your ties are coming undone. Your heart unbound with God. Get back and don't look down.
Dude. Rarely, if ever, have I heard just clean vocals on a literal metalcore track.
One of these days you're gonna rise up like the river over everything you treasure and everything you ever did. Lay your claim, make the streets your own. Fold it all into you till you're heaving and alone.
Ooh. Wait. So, I wonder if the action that they're asking you to contextualize is folding it into yourself, right? Lay your claim, make the streets your own, be your own person. You're rising up like the river. I feel like that's a positive thing. But to say fold it into you until you're heaving it alone, I think that's where it's like you shouldn't do that, because previously they looked at your heart being unbound. So yeah, you have this moment where the ties are coming loose and your heart's being unbound. That's a good thing. Let it do that. Rise up like the river. But folded it into you until you're heaving it alone. Well, that's not good when that happens. I wonder if that's what they're talking about. That moment where it's like, hey, this is a good thing. Don't turn it around and make it a moment of seclusion.
Fold it all into you till you're heaving and alone. Oh God, get back and don't look down. You're the river, you're the storm. It's too late to stop you now. The seas will total the sun. Your world without God, get back where you will go.
So don't look down. So maybe it's saying the river will rise regardless. That's just your emotions. Don't let it ruin you. It's very interesting. Yeah, if you guys have any info on it, let me know in the comments. I'm always willing to learn what emotion she wanted to set with this. I really like this very simple music video piece though too.
Always the same mistakes. Frozen, I watch your face. Are you laughing or annoyed? I lose the signal in the noise.
Yo, that was cool. That was a cool little effect. And it plays right into what she was saying. I lost the signal in the noise. I lost communication with you amid the noise of life, back and forth, all that stuff. Man alive. I love how it was just the guitar playing its chord in tune or in connection with the piano. So every time the piano hit, that's when the guitar went, instead of the guitar doing chords and then the piano playing in accent with that, which would be fine too. It's cool how they did that. Let's just dial that back. I like where this is going so far. Already I can tell her lyricism is so good. She writes really introspectively and very well metaphorically. There's a lot of people out there that don't really know how to write with like symbolism and metaphor and that kind of thing. She's got that in spades already.
Always the same mistakes. Frozen, I watch your face. Are you laughing or annoyed? I lose the signal in the noise. I know they built me wrong. Tried to be what they wanted, but I'm still me. All that I know how to be. Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. I try my best, but I'll never pass the unit test. Gathering data, running the numbers, practice my smile. Sometimes I wonder if my best were good enough.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Bugs in coding. I thought we were literally talking about bugs. I thought she was going to do a fun little metaphor about a ladybug or something. This is that, like, dude. I said it 1,000,000,001 times, and I'm going to say it until I cannot speak anymore. Making lore and analogies prevalent with what you're singing about or rapping about or whatever is so paramount to understanding not only you, but the message you want to convey. And if you're trying to convey a message as a VTuber, give us lore, give us something related to you. And talking about, I feel like they built me wrong. And, you know, maybe it's in my blood, the zeros and ones, like computation. So beautiful. It's such a beautiful idea. And if I remember this correctly, because I just recalled this as I was listening to this, she kind of sequestered herself and felt like, oh, well, I don't want to bother anybody. I just, you know, I kind of want to make music over here, but I don't really want to do anything about it. I've been that way. I never record music with anybody around. I'm 34 and I'm too scared to be like, hey, this is what I want to make. This is the music that I'm working on. I'm really passionate about it. I never really let anybody in on that. There's actually very few people offline that even know I make music because I'm just scared. I don't know why. Most people I know would be thrilled to be like, wow, you make music? Show me. Like, what is this about? I want to know. I've just been terrified to ever really put it out there and let anybody know about it. Most people don't even know I have a YouTube channel. Even when I had 15 to 20,000 subscribers on my previous channel. You know, the point is, I just get that idea of like, you know, you try and be what you think everyone else wants you to be. You practice your smiles. I don't know if she's on the spectrum or anything, but for a lot of us who are, there's that concept masking where you learn what everyone else around you does and you just kind of adopt that, even though that might not be something you feel. And that's different than acknowledging social cues and working on that. I would hope that everyone would work on, you know, engaging a little more in people around you, because that is an important facet of reality, engaging in other people socially. But there's still that very fair moment of being someone that you just truly aren't. It's a little bit different. So anyway.
Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. I try my best, but I'll never pass the unit test. Gathering data, running the numbers, practice my smile. Sometimes I wonder if my best were good enough. Could it be a feature, not a bug? The signal and the noise around me, living things are flying, perfect and undeniably strange. Maybe I could be that way. Maybe I could be.
There's something really sweet about freaking cords are getting stuck on my pant leg. There's something really sweet about a really poppy, happy song, kind of conveying a really, like, a lot of emotion. Like, I can imagine the sort of pressure valve of writing a song like this and having it be this really happy, danceable beat. It's like, it's a statement of being positive amid that struggle. I could ramble, but, it's relatable. It's really relatable. What a great song.
Around me, living things are flying, perfect and undeniably strange. Maybe I could be that way. Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. I try my best, I don't need to pass the unit test. Gathering data, running the numbers, loud as cicadas, swarming in hundreds. If they are good enough.
Loud as cicadas. Those are loud ass insects. Swarming in the hundreds. That idea of there's hundreds of things that someone, it ties back into, is this a good thing or is it a bug in my system? Is it something wrong with me? The idea of that swarming in the hundreds. There's hundreds of things. Incredible song. Incredible writing. That's some dope shit.
Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Maybe it's in my blood, in my zeros and ones. If I try my best, I need to pass the unit test. Following passions, looking for others, sharing our projects. What we discovered, when we discover that we're good enough. Maybe it's a feature, not a bug.
She talked about sharing her projects. Talking about sharing the projects. What would we discover? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's so good. Dude, what is it? What is it with some of these folks? We just checked out Numi's music, who I said at the end of her video is just unique. Like, there's something about her style and her writing and just even the delivery that she has that's so thoroughly unique. Like, I don't hear anything like that on mainstream radio, even popular, music on like SoundCloud, that kind of thing. There's a stylistic choice that someone like Numi does that I think Ellie does in her own unique way with the lyrics. Like, the lyrics that she has here is just so good. I'm sure I talked on way too long about this. If any of you guys reach the end of the video, type tears in the comments so I know you got to the end of this. This is just dope. I'm not going to say any more about it. Link to both of these are going to be in the description. Please support Ellie. She's absolutely fantastic, and I think it's awesome that you finally put out your music, that you got out of that shed with your little roll-up piano and just put out this beauty. And that's all I got to say about that. I don't know if she'll even watch this, but point being, that's all I got to say about that. See you guys next time.